We have received two proposals from PPG. In the first proposal, we really gave very clear feedback on what the key concerns were, which were related to substantial undervaluation, antitrust issues, risks, and stakeholder-related matters. And when we received the second proposal, they had elected not to address any of the issues we had there with tangible and clear commitments that were there. And that is the reason why we see no merit to engage with them.
But can you really afford to ignore the views of a quarter of your shareholders?
We have actively reached out to a large number of shareholders. We've spoken to many of them. I speak to shareholders every day. We get a very calm and balanced response. And many of the shareholders are very interested in the AkzoNobel plan, in how to unlock the value and make the next steps that we will elaborate on the Investors' Day on April 19.
Do you see any industrial logic in joining forces with PPG? I mean, it would bring a greater scale to your business, wouldn't it?
It's true. We are not as a company against the consolidation in an industry, but we're talking here about two leaders in the industry. We're talking about the top participants in the industry that compete with each other every day in many geographies worldwide. And therefore we see that there will be substantial antitrust issues related to this, and that certainly adds risks as well as value leakage to the consideration.
But isn't your problem, though, that you've failed really to generate much in the way of top-line growth? Last year your paint sales were up just 3%, your coatings sales were static. You need to do something to grow this business, don't you?
Yeah, we have basically come out of a period where we increased the operational efficiency of the business very significantly, and we embarked in 2016 on further operational excellence, again delivering a record year. Organic growth in its initiation, and you've seen at the back end of the year that it's been accelerating, an acquisition that we closed at the end of the year, as well as increased shareholder returns. So in 2016 we went into the next phase of our strategy. We were well able to actually deliver growth and operational excellence as well as additional shareholder returns.
How many jobs do you think would be at risk were PPG to succeed in taking you over?
Overall, in mergers of this nature, you're talking thousands of jobs, and that will be, of course, worldwide.
And in the UK, obviously the UK is still, you are a significant employer here. Have you able to put a number on it at all?
Well, we are significantly invested in the UK. We have 3,300 people working here. We're supporting through the pension funds in excess of 60,000 people in terms of their pensions. We've invested in the country more than £100 million in the northeast of the country. We've recently announced further investment in the research and development, and that can certainly potentially be threatened.
You've talked a lot about cultural differences with PPG, the importance of AkzoNobel to the Dutch economy. How would you have felt in 2008 had ICI come up with similar arguments against AkzoNobel when you were buying it?
We have looked at a number of facets when we've looked at the proposals. A large number of them are shareholder related, a very important aspect, and that's also why I've been reaching out so actively to them. And a number of them are stakeholder related, but they also have a shareholder impact. Cultural differences in many large mergers have been a reason to not be able to create the value that was originally intended. And therefore cultural differences that we perceive to be large will also have an impact on shareholder value.